For step 5, we're going to install the 2 resistors. So you want to notice that, let me get this to focus here, hopefully. They are 2 different colors, so there's 2 resistors, but notice that one has yellow, purple, orange, gold, and the other is brown, black, red, gold. So they need to go in 2 different places. So I'm going to go ahead and do the orange one first. And that's going to go in this area, and it's going to connect with a little pull here and connect up to this transistor area here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and measure and cut the leg so that it's going to fit between those areas. Okay, so I cut the legs off, and I'm going to just make this ever so slightly have a little bit of an arch here so that I'll be able to connect this end and the opposite end over there. So I'm going to go ahead and make my pool of solder right here, and I already have a pool of solder on this side. It didn't quite stick. There it goes. All right, so I've got my little pool of solder, and I'm going to go ahead and get my resistor set up, and I want to make sure I'm careful that, excuse me, when I am putting this in place, that I'm using the tweezers because, there we go, I want to be careful to not burn myself. And if I look at this, this leg is going a little bit further, so I'm going to bend that just a little bit with my tweezers so that it will sit in that a little bit better. Oops. Let me bend this up just a little here. So I'm just bending this so it's a little bit more of an arch shape. Okay, let me go ahead and add this back in. And again, your resistors, let me use my tweezers. Your resistors are, they do not have polarity, so they can be mounted either direction. Okay, then I'm going to just add a little bit more solder on there as well for both sides. Let me go ahead and start with this one. This one isn't mounted as well. Better. And the opposite side. Okay, get ready to trim your opposite side as well. Make sure you save the legs for that you cut off for all 4 so that you can use them for the legs of your jitterbug. Okay, and this resistor is going to go from here to here. So I've got a pool here for my solder. I'm going to have to add one over here. So let me rotate this around a little bit so I have easier access, and I'm going to actually bend this transistor up just a little bit so that I have easier access here so that I can go ahead and add that pool of solder. Great. And then I'm going to go ahead and put on that resistor right into this area. So I'm going to start with that place that I just placed this. Looks pretty good. And then I'm going to have to adjust my spacing here a little bit. This one is very close, so I'm going to have to bend this part right here with my tweezers a little bit. Let me try to get this back on screen a little bit better for you. So I'm going to just bend this. Okay, so now that's going to make much better contact. And let me try to get this on here a little bit better. Good. And then I'm going to add some more solder to both of those joints. So at the end of this step, you should have both resistors attached to your board.